You're on the Purell too? Oh, not yet.
All right, Fred, here
Hey!
we are. Wednesday night Covenant Wednesday night chat. We're the CDC recognizes
Yeah, good to see you again, Clay.
Yeah, you too, Fred.
Yeah.
How you doing the weekend?
Yeah, it's been a tough week. Been a tough week.
Yeah, been kind of rough.
Yeah, I've been
We're
kind
trying
of
to maintain some CDC needed
guidelines.
guidelines.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Gonna start calling you Dr. Fauci pretty
yeah.
soon.
There you go. So I'm feeling a little claustrophobic here. Should we get rid of this business here?
What do you
Hold
think?
on. Well, wait, we gotta
Oh, yeah,
let's check our
Just check our distances.
distances here.
Oh, we're good.
We got I got
6 and a
6
quarter.
feet right
Yeah,
there.
6 and a quarter.
Yeah. Now that we're good, should we get rid of these?
Yeah, what do you think?
Let's get rid. Oh goodness. Oh, get rid of these things.
You're gonna have to undo me here, Clay.
You got it coming up all right?
Man.
Woo. You know, that's going to be tricky, the CDC recommended guidelines.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through that every week.
We might have to put on an N95 mask a little later.
Yeah.
Or should we put it
Should
on
we
now?
see if we got get my
Gotta make sure I got on this the right way too.
check this one out here. I think I got get it over my face.
There
Come
we
on.
go.
I can't get my head off here.
There you go.
All right.
That better?
A little bit better. That works. That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
We can hear each other.
Yeah, you look good, Clay.
Thanks, but my glasses are fogging up now.
Mine too.
That's it. We gotta get rid of this thing too.
All right.
I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, we're not out and get my glasses off. Technically, we're not out in public anyway,
That's
right?
right.
So,
Well, they say now you should wear it all the time.
yeah, that's true,
Right?
don't they?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to wear it in my house, do I?
I don't know.
That
You
would
better
be-
call Dr. Fauci.
I should reach out to the good doctor, which he's been interesting to watch with all
and
this
Dr.
stuff going
Burks.
on.
Yeah, they're quite something.
Yeah, so you can tell here it's
Yeah.
my spring break this
Spring
week.
break. See, and I'm not on spring break, so
Yeah. Yep.
I'm
I figured I better get my my spring break on here. If I mean, the best I've had is a couple of days of sunshine in a row here, which is kind of nice. But I think that is going to be leaving us tonight as well, right?
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's going to go away. So we got our should we check in with our first guests who we have here
should.
tonight, Fred?
We almost should put our mask back on.
We should. Should we put them back on just to do
think
the
so.
the customizable interview here? We're bringing in the Classens tonight,
Yeah.
who are also rocking some masks over there. How are things in the Classen household tonight?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well.
We're doing well.
Hi, Josie.
Hey, Joes.
How are you?
I like your shorts, Clay. Want to take it off?
I like
Yeah,
that.
you know what, Josie? I want to take mine off
Yeah,
too.
me too.
I just can't talk very well with this thing on. It's kind of tricky,
Oh.
right?
There's the
So,
boss.
We
tell
didn't wanna
us
make
about your
anybody
custom
nervous.
masks over there.
Oh yeah, Stace has been pumping them out,
Really?
man. They're going like hotcakes on Etsy.
Nice.
Did she get a call from the president?
Yep. Can you hear Fred?
Did
Say
you
it
get
again,
a call
Fred?
from the president to make masks?
Yep. Yep. It's direct
Oh, wow.
orders.
Nice.
What, Joseph? He's quieter than Clay. I think his voice is just
Yeah.
quieter. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Fred's is quieter. Good.
Mr.
So-
Mr. Lubbers talks louder than Mr. Bergsma.
So how are you guys doing? How are you,
We're
Fred?
doing well.
I saw you taking a walk with your lovely bride the
Yes,
other day.
Yeah, we're doing well. We're really doing well, Joe.
So you guys are getting along well through this whole deal?
Better than ever, Clay.
Good. That's good to hear. We're doing well too. How
Yeah.
are things going in the Classen household?
We're hanging
Yeah.
in there. There's a fair amount of video games that have been happening over
Yeah.
here. Josie's been busy with a lot of crafts and whatnot, but yeah, we're doing well.
Good.
Excellent.
Making puzzles too, Josie?
One of Josie's favorite things to do every day is FaceTime with Maggie.
Well, I know
Oh.
Maggie enjoys that as well. Maggie loves
yeah.
that too.
Pretty-
That's a highlight for her.
Yep,
Oh.
pretty much every night before supper, she says, "Can I FaceTime Maggie?"
Wow.
And they usually talk for a good half an hour. They have quite a few things to mull over, but they're doing well. That's a good thing.
Good.
That's a shout out to your daughter.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. It's good. It's good to build community. I mean, in any way we can. This is tough. These are tough days to be
We're
able
talking-
to communicate with other people.
Say hi, Clay.
Joe, so you can talk to me.
She's trying to figure out where you guys are sitting. She doesn't know where you are.
Josie, we are in my barn. Behind the pool. This is my barn here. You've been inside here before.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a lot of decorations,
Yeah.
she said.
Looks a little different right now. I've done a little remodeling
Looking good.
since she's been in here last, but
Yep. And this is where I get to sleep. I sleep here all week.
What? I don't know, hon. You have
you
to
can
say it
talk,
louder.
Josie. You can talk to us. Just say it nice and loud.
You have something to say. Say it to Clay, just like you do to Maggie. If you have a question, you can say it.
Josie, what are you doing every day here?
Um,
You have a lot of
go
homework?
for bike rides.
Good.
What else?
Swing.
Swing. We've been playing on the swing
Okay.
set.
Nice. All right, we got to hold on a minute here. We're buffering evidently. What's
Okay.
going on? A stream issue.
Too many people watching.
You can try asking him. Try asking Clay.
What did you have for supper?
Ooh, that's a good question. Can I answer that in just a minute here?
I think they're trying to make the.
We are. We're
computer
trying to
work
make the
a little bit.
computer work. I'm going to ask Aunt
They're
Jackie to actually get. Oh, that's still hot. Okay. Let me text her. Can you guys?
I see you got a bottle of hand sanitizer sitting there. That stuff is like
Can
gold.
you watch it on the phone via cellular and shut off the Wi-Fi? Question mark.
We're down to 7 people.
Oh boy.
Turn off the Wi.
Buffering.
He was asking Aunt Jackie to do it.
Turn off the Wi.
To turn off the Wi-Fi so that. it
Yep,
would work
we're trying to
better,
get it
so
to work faster.
We got too many people.
One of the tricks might be if a lot of people are getting on this time of night, that could be an issue. Yep, could be in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Are we streaming right now or
We're
not?
just- we're holding right now.
No problem. Just curious where we were.
So we get to talk with just you.
But whatever you say might still make it on the stream at some point. So
All right.
Oh yeah, that's good to know. All right, kick that on.
Hey, Joel, can you see our Purell bottle?
I see that.
Can you?
We'll take a shot partway through.
That's like sanitizer on that stool.
Yep.
Really?
Everyone's off in the house. They're watching on Wi-Fi or on cell.
Huh.
What's our is our connection rate pretty good, or what's the?
our bit rate's really low still.
Oh, I wonder if it's the neighborhood. I wonder if the neighborhood is pulling a lot right now. Let's hit it on mine on cell.
We're back.
Okay. So we're back on.
Hey, we're back.
All right.
That was a commercial break.
Yeah, there you go. So,
All right.
Josie, you were asking what we had for supper. We had grilled pork tenderloin and some grilled shrimp and some rice-a-roni. Because Maggie and I made the meal tonight.
Oh.
So
Is that the San Francisco treat?
the San Francisco treat. Not many people know that one.
That's right.
Sing it,
No.
Fred. Sing the tune.
Rice-a-roni, the San Francisco
treat.
San Francisco treat.
Hey,
Nice.
Joel, you have relatives in New York yet, on Long Island there. Have you
I
heard
do.
from them at all, how this
Yep.
is going over there?
I do. It's pretty rough over there. They pretty much they all know at least one person, at least one fatality that's happened on account of the virus. So they're getting through it, but it's a struggle.
Wow, it's been amazing to watch the numbers over there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And Detroit too, right?
Yeah,
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 Detroit.
Detroit numbers are pretty high.
Yeah. Yep.
I heard a thing that they're talking about up to 40% of the people might have it. Are we? It's spinning again.
We still on?
Started spinning again.
I wonder if my neighborhood is drawing too much.
You gotta call all your neighbors.
was saying is you have Comcast or AT&T?
Well, we have AT&T, so it shouldn't be. That shouldn't be it. Because right, Comcast, you share a line. AT&T, they're all separate. Oh, I got it on.
That came through and then it will buffer. I think
Oh.
just catching back up.
Yep,
Oh.
and now it's buffering.
So your boys didn't want to be on TV tonight, Joel?
I don't know that it works that way. It's not like if you want to be done and go play that, you
So
can.
is he not hearing me?
If you want to,
his mom.
for a couple minutes maybe, and then we'll turn the show
All
on.
right,
Or
hey,
you can
Joel,
get
we're
ready
going
to.
to come back to you guys once. We're going to try dropping and see what happens. I'm wondering if we're
Okay,
running too much
sounds good.
two-way here.
Alrighty.
Is he not hearing me? Didn't sound like
I
Joel
don't know,
was
it sounded like
hearing
he was
me.
Pretty quiet.
Is there a delay?
Yeah, there's 30-second delay.
Yeah, but no, when we're, yeah, because it didn't sound like he was either hearing me or.
It might be.
Hopefully it comes back, period. I'm wondering if our neighborhood draws too much, period.
We're back.
All right.
Well, hey, Clay, we're back.
Yeah, here we are. That's fascinating technical difficulties. I wonder if it's got to do with if we're pulling too much Wi-Fi when we Skype and. Whoa, I got to shut that off. Turn that all the
It's
way
like
down.
when you call on the radio, they tell you to turn your phone down.
Yeah, that was exactly it. I was
Or
busy
your
listening-
radio-
Yeah,
your
the
radio.
phone on to see what was going on there.
Yeah.
That's something else. I wonder if we could pull a Skype in via a cell signal.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have unlimited data, but
I do.
if one of you guys do, we could
Yeah.
try that.
We'll have to try that. You want to try? I don't even know how to try that.
You would just put the phone up to your
Oh, okay.
microphone. We wouldn't have a good video feed for the audience.
Yep, but we
But
can
at
at
least-
least talk there.
Okay.
All right, let me see if I've got. I thought I had Skype on my phone because.
Yeah, I think you did last week.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. I'm going to hand this off to the technical director there, and I'm going to let you work your magic there.
Do we throw a little Purell on the phone there?
You know, we probably should. I'm going to Purell up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. And I kind of forgot. I've probably got a bottle about that size sitting on my desk at school yet. So
Well, I went to work. You got that one.
nice.
I was sitting at work. I
Nice.
thought it's not doing any good there.
Exactly. Might as well put it to use,
That's
right?
Yeah.
Man, that's something else. So you want to hear a great joke I played on a coworker one time?
I do.
He actually, he's a bit of a germaphobe. So he had a big bottle of Purell sitting on his desk like this that he used all the time. So one day I actually dumped out all of the Purell into a different container.
Yep.
And I replaced it with KY jelly. It was kind of fun. He came walking into my room. Saying, "Clay," he's rubbing his hands. Does hand sanitizer go bad after a while? And I tried to hold a straight face, but I couldn't. It was pretty much impossible.
Do we have anything from the Clausens coming through?
We do. There, we've got Joel in.
So bump your volume up and just put it next to the mic. Maybe that will get there.
All right, I'm going to crank my volume all the way up here.
Just way too much activity going on out there, huh?
I guess so.
All right, let's try this. Can you hear me? All right, the only trick is you're coming through my phone thing. I got to get you to come through my speaker. Yeesh, I'm not sure how to do that.
You tap the screen, you get settings at all?
Yeah, I get the settings there. Bottom button. Subtitles, don't need subtitles. Start recording, don't need that. Share screen, don't need that.
I'm thinking it's the Skype overloading the network tonight because we're back to an excellent connection. So that's
Okay.
good news.
Okay.
All right.
Good news that we can
Yeah.
at least do this. We just got to figure out, work out the details on this Skype thing.
So do we need to shout out to a few of our fans tonight, Clay? I
You know-
understand we're getting a fan base here.
That's a great point. We actually we did get our first piece of fan mail this
Yep.
week.
Yep.
I'll angle this thing so you can see Fred and I a little bit on my
Yeah.
phone there. Julie DeVisser
Yeah.
sent us each of us a mail telling us,
She appreciated the show.
yeah,
Yeah.
appreciated the show, and it was
Yeah.
fun to be able to connect a little
Hi,
bit.
Julie.
So Julie's probably out there. Want to give her a shout out.
Yep. And I'd like to give a shout out to my granddaughter, Morgan, who is watching tonight, along with our daughter, Erin, and my wife. So,
Excellent.
Hi, Morgan. How are you doing, honey?
I think I just lost Joel. Let me try that again. I think I lost him. Can you hear me, Joel?
Oh,
Nope, he's gone.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Clay.
That's going to be the trick. All right.
All right.
I'm going to have to check on these Skype settings and see what's going on here with that thing.
So what do you got going on for spring break?
Doing a lot of projects around the house.
Okay.
I did some trim around the doors. I did some trim around starting some trim around the floor.
Okay.
Um,
Did I see Jackie hanging up something? I was looking she hanging up some curtain rides or something like that?
I don't know. She might have been.
You got her doing all kinds of projects
Well,
too?
the only trick is this is when it's tough for her. She's actually working. Of course, Calvin has a different spring break than
yes.
our school does. Her
Yep.
spring break was 2 weeks ago. So, of course, that was a bummer for her, too, because we were home on her spring break. And,
Yep.
let's face it, part of her spring break is a break from us during the day. So she kind of missed out on that and spent
Yeah.
much of the time working on stuff, getting
Okay.
ready for Calvin.
Yeah. Have they gotten some of that figured out with the nursing
Yeah, yep.
students?
So they're doing a lot of online simulations. She's teaching online. She was on today, yesterday.
Okay.
So yeah, it's tricky. It's
Does
it's
she do
tricky
that in
handling
here
that.
too?
No, she does that in her place. But yeah, that'll be the end of this week. I'll move back into
Yeah.
recording mode.
Yeah.
And I'll start recording for my students this week
Okay.
in preparation for lessons on Monday and
Yep.
Tuesday and
Wow.
getting things out there.
So what kind of feedback are you getting from parents and students about how it's going?
Well, I think like many schools, we started out too hot. We gave too much right away.
Okay.
So we've adjusted that a little bit, and now we're bringing that back a little bit here,
Okay.
and I think we're getting it dialed in.
Okay.
There's I think it depends on your student, right?
Yeah, sure.
Some kids struggle with doing homework and struggle staying on task, and it's tough for them to be able to handle it.
So do you have some budding teachers out there coming in the pipeline, these parents
I don't-
who are soon going to be
some
teachers?
of them, I think, it's all right. I think some of them are ready to go back to work.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could vouch for that.
So you got a granddaughter staying by tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, a little sleepover.
Nice.
Just give mom a little break and her brother. So
Excellent.
a little separation is probably good.
Perfect.
So, yeah, that'll work out well.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're happy.
Eric, should we try another Skype call?
We're actually going to try a voice only with Pastor Henry.
Excellent.
So I'm going to give him a call here.
All right.
Pastor Henry.
We'll get that dialed in. Be interested to hear from Pastor Henry. I know he's been doing a lot with the youth group.
Yeah.
I know they at least once a week, maybe more. They've
Yeah,
had
a
check-ins.
couple times. I've seen the emails.
Yeah.
Can
which
you
has
hear
been
us,
good.
Pastor
Can you hear us,
Henry?
Pastor Henry?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Pastor Henry? Hello?
I heard
You've got
somebody-
to make sure and talk. Turn your radio off when you're talking live. Okay, you got us now.
All right,
Perfect.
we can hear you.
And
Excellent.
we're still streaming good.
We have the whole Schenkel family.
Do we have the whole family there?
Okay.
Excellent. Hey, how are things going for you guys? How are things different in your world right now?
Yeah.
On a weeknight.
Yeah.
Got it. Is Megan doing? Are they going to? Are they doing online stuff? Oh, okay. Yep. So they're back into it big time then, right?
For sure. Yeah, and this is spring break week
Yep.
for John, so he's kind of laying low as much as he can.
Oh yes. Sleeping in every day.
Sleeping in, yeah. He excels there. That's good.
So Henry John, what's your sleep in wake up time?
It varies. I'd say around 10-ish is the median.
Although yesterday I came down from working at like 11:45 and he was just eating breakfast.
So
That's like
I
the
said it
old
was
days.
the-
It is.
That's right. Yeah.
I tell you, that's pretty much like our Maggie. We got to wake her up like at 11 o'clock, 11:30 or noon.
There you go.
Jackie was teaching class. I was gone on Monday, and she got woken up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, we're
Slept away
letting
half her day.
this week. You know, spring break week.
That's
since
right.
he doesn't get to do his big senior year trip, he can at least sleep in. That's all
Oh
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, that's kind of the we've been looking at it too.
Where was the senior
sure.
trip going to be?
Yeah.
And Clay, we've been doing some spring cleaning around here. Have you been doing any spring cleaning?
Well, I got to be honest. I'm more of an organizer than a thrower away. Although my wife is a fantastic purger. This morning she came to me and she said, "You know, there's a lot of things I can't control right now, but I can control cleaning. We're going to throw away some of your shoes. What shoes are we throwing away?" And I was like, uh-oh. Here we go. Whenever I'm gone on a trip, I have to come back home and look in the garbage can and see what she's purged.
I feel your pain, Clay. Two weeks ago, Megan,
Amy's a purger too, Henry?
Yeah.
she's pretty good at it, but then Megan's home now too, and she's not too bad at it either.
boy.
2 weeks ago, about a quarter of my wardrobe went out to the car. At least that's as far as it got because the car's not moving, and Goodwill is not taking anything. But yeah,
So it's resting
Megan had just helped him
comfortably in
out.
the
A
car.
little update button there.
yeah, a little update button. So
Yeah, this I understand. So your car is like a temporary storage unit.
it's a storage unit. Exactly right. Yes.
All right.
So if anybody's looking for large, tall stuff or extra large, tall clothing from the
Years ago.
late '80s, early '90s, we got it.
See, and I don't understand why anybody's getting rid of that stuff yet. That's got another decade of use in it.
That's right. I'm finally starting to wear stuff out though. For my childhood, I never wore anything out. I always just outgrew it. So I'm finally hanging on to stuff long enough that it's wearing out a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, that's impressive.
Good to hear.
There you go.
Yeah, I tend to wear out. I call them my play clothes, but I tend to wear out my play clothes as well.
Yeah, I lost all of it, Clay. It's all gone. It's all gone.
Oh boy, so you got to start
So
all
I'm gonna be
over on that.
style
now.
now as I play and as I work and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna look good.
So is Megan taking any classes that make it that are exceptionally difficult online?
There's a lot of profs that don't even know how to run PowerPoint, so this is a struggle for them.
Wow. That's something. You know, I have to admit, I took a zoology class one time, and the prof sat on the desk, and he had an overhead next to him, and he would pull one overhead slide and put it up, and read through it, and pull that off, and put on the next overhead slide. That was painful.
How long ago?
Oh
was
yes, there you go.
Oh man,
That
yeah.
was a long time ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Oh, so Amy, how is work different for you these days?
Oh, geez. Well, I'm not traveling at all. So all my spring travel and classes meetings and all the things that I often am presenting at have been canceled. So I'm back to using Zoom a lot, which is not new for me. I've done a lot of Zoom calls and especially administrative type meetings that way. But
Okay.
yeah, we're back to all that. So
Yeah, boy, I wish I would have invested in Zoom about 2
Yes.
months ago.
right. Yes, you and everybody else.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So I heard Synod is canceled.
Yes, they just canceled Synod for the first time in over 160 years.
That is amazing. It's amazing to me that they canceled it and didn't postpone.
Yeah, I think with travel arrangements from all over the United States and Canada and our ecumenical partners around the world, as well as the intense amount of work it takes to host Synod. So like if it's at Kelvin, all of the food service, all of the dorms, all of those things that they have to prep for that, make that really challenging to reschedule.
Yeah,
So
that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, as a layperson, I don't think about all the moving parts involved with that thing.
Just
it's
think of all the
intense.
food.
It's
a
a
lot-
huge week. So
Lots of-
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when Synod is like usually what the third week in June,
Yeah, second or third. Yeah.
second or third. Okay.
yeah, we're a little after the Reformed Church in America. Usually they start theirs, and then their last weekend is our first weekend, and they are currently still having theirs. So
Oh,
we'll
wow.
see if it sticks.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yes,
Yeah,
very.
we schedule a Washington D.C. trip every other year, and about 2 weeks ago that got canceled too. And
Oh,
that's
I
in-
was
That's
wondering
so too
about
bad.
that. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
second week in June that usually is, and that's
Yeah.
that's done too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
It's amazing. Pastor Henry, how about you? How are things? I know a little bit because I have a middle schooler and a high schooler.
Well, there you go. That's right.
Tell us
Yep.
how things are different for you right now. And
Well,
what you're
yeah,
doing.
trying to connect with people, do a lot of messaging, texting, and things like that. But yeah, we've been using Zoom calls to connect with the middle school and high school students. So we did that. We're trying to do that on Tuesday nights now. And so the last 2 weeks we've done it that way. So yeah, it's not ideal, but it's working well. It's good to see each other. High schoolers can handle a little bit more. They're a little bit more mature, obviously, wait their turn.
Yep.
Middle school students love to talk over each other, and Zoom doesn't like that.
Oh yeah. Well, I have to tell you, Fred. Last week on the middle school Zoom meeting, Christian wasn't super excited to get on with this thing right away, and he gets going on it, and all of a sudden Christian comes tearing through the house. He's looking for I need a toothbrush. Running back into the office. I'm like, what in the world was that about? A couple minutes later, he comes tearing back. I need a chair. I'm like, what are you doing, man? It's a scavenger hunt online with
really?
middle school youth group.
Wow.
Brilliant work,
Yeah, it was
man.
a lot
That
of
was
fun.
to see.
That's right. I heard a couple of parents got barged in on the bathroom too. So luckily they didn't take the device into the bathroom, but they were looking for different things. Yeah, so there were some personal boundary issues with that I didn't anticipate.
Not quite 6 feet
So there you
apart
go.
there.
A little less than 6 feet apart.
Yep. Yep.
That's exactly right. Need a toothbrush. Give me a toothbrush.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. It was hilarious when we were
so
sitting
much
there
fun.
watching all this happen. Or hearing it all happen as he's running through the house gathering items.
It was fun to watch him run around and stuff too. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So
Well-
Henry John, how are you dealing with all this what we got going on here, being a senior?
It's interesting, that's for sure. It's not. I mean, nobody expected it, and there's really nothing anyone can do about it. So I think that's the worst part.
Yeah.
Is that like everything's getting taken away, but like there's nothing you can fix, and it's
Right.
like, and so that's kind of the worst part about it. But that's also like the mindset you have to have is there's nothing you can change, and it's gone. But like, yeah, I can't do anything about it, so I kind of just have to accept it at this point.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, man, you seniors and the 8th grade students who have a little bit different year too, right? I mean, I teach middle school, so I understand the 8th grade end, but seniors too. I've been praying for you guys because that's a big deal. I'm not gonna.
Yep.
It's a big deal.
Super hard.
It's hard on the moms of seniors too. Can we just note, maybe harder on the moms than on the seniors themselves.
That is
Yeah.
interesting to hear, and it totally makes sense.
Yeah. It's hard on
man.
dads too.
You guys have anything you'd like to bring up or questions for us?
Well, we're going to have to join you another time when the video call works, because as part of our spring cleaning process that we're helping Henry go through, who tends to be more of a collector of items than a thrower away of items. I don't know how many people at Covenant have seen him carrying his computer bag around. We weighed this computer bag today, and without the computer in it, it weighed 18 pounds. So we wondered, what in the world do you keep in this computer bag? But I think it'd be a little anticlimactic to show it to you today since you won't be able to see
Well,
it.
hold on.
We're gonna have to
Let's
clean
try
out.
kicking the video on once and see what happens.
Yep.
This sounds
you-
like we need to see something here.
You want to? Oh boy.
All right.
All right.
Let's give it a try. Try turning the video on and let's see if we can keep going.
Oh yeah. All right.
Just hit the
Let's see.
video button. Here.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Can you see us?
Yep.
We got it.
And
Yep,
are we
there it
frozen?
Yep.
Yep.
Spinning
All
wheel,
right.
spinning wheel, spinning
So-
wheel,
We're
spinning
good.
wheel.
This is
We're
the
good now.
computer bag that he carries around all the time. I don't know how he does it.
No wonder
Throws
why he's
back
got
up.
bad
So we
power.
have to help him figure
Got
out.
guns, man.
Yeah, right.
Got to
What's
get that
up?
workout in somehow.
That's exactly right.
Just put you on
So
the
we've
screen.
got no less than 4 books, which is actually in the low end of the number of books. All right.
See us.
Oh, yeah.
All right, put them on. Whoa, that's maybe too much.
That was actually really good.
We're
It might
good.
be bright for you, but it'll look good over here.
Yep.
Did it look good there? All right, we'll put it on.
No, it's fine. Just
God.
do it.
Just turn on it. All right, they said they can see. All right, no less than 4 books, which is on the low end of the number of books he's usually carrying around.
Wow, that's really
The kids were laughing that he used to also carry a cloth Meyer bag full of books with him. So there you are.
People give you books and say, "Hey, read this."
Do you have any back
What else do
issues,
we have?
I
Henry?
totally get that.
Yeah.
We got some yard gloves. In case you ever want to do some yard work.
Nice.
Yeah.
2 of those.
Yep. We have no idea what a filing cabinet is, clearly, because we just have stacks and stacks of loose papers.
That is excellent.
All these papers, yes. You could probably go through those.
Nice.
Oh, and
Oh,
a banner. That's good.
We got his
There's
knee
a good
brace.
Christian Reform guy.
There you go.
Never know you need to exercise. Got your knee brace right here.
Just in case.
A fork.
Well, let's face it, I
Yes,
have
you-
experienced some fork emergencies.
There you go. Thank you.
Someday he'll have to tell you the story about the butter knife he carried in his backpack all the way through France until we ended up at airport security and they wondered why he had a butter knife in his backpack. Oh, here's all my creative memories punches. I was for like a year and a half. Kelvin Seminary, the breath mint.
You can never have too many breath mints.
That's right.
Exactly right.
A toothbrush in case you need one for a scavenger hunt.
I understand.
We have got 2 hand sanitizers here, so we should auction these off right
You
now.
should
maybe.
totally throw one of those on eBay.
$50. $50.
A Ziploc bag of batteries. He claims that people ask him for batteries all the time.
They do. There used to be 20 in there. Now there's only 2.
Well, people have been using them.
That's right. Oh,
Oh, panda.
I don't even know what that's about.
We don't either.
sometimes you get lonely. You need your bear.
Fair enough.
I did.
Oh yeah. A shirt. Work shirt.
A spare
That's the only one
shirt
that
never
make
hurts.
it.
Snacks. He's always got snacks in his coat pockets.
You
in
know,
his
I'm amazed at how
Anyway.
much your backpack and my pickup are alike.
There you go. Sweet.
Go ahead. All the cords. All the cords. All the cords.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's helping Henry pack. So next time you see him carrying his backpack, you can ask him if he's cleaned it out yet. Or if you need anything, he probably has it.
I might have it for you.
Well done. You know, but I understand this need. You need to be prepared for the collapse of society wherever you go.
Toothbrush, fork, batteries, memory punches, the
A knee
banner.
brace?
I mean, these are staples.
Yep. Things
Although I
you gotta
note
have.
I note on the chat that Rick Tooley says you should see his truck, which is also
That's right.
true.
We should compare
Zip
trucks
ties,
sometime.
converter. I got all kinds of things. That's
Yep.
right.
You need to be ready.
You do.
Oh, well, great chatting with you guys.
Yep.
Henry,
You
you
bet.
want to end with a joke?
Thanks for what you're doing. This is a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
You want to end with a joke for us?
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Pastor Henry, do you have a joke for us to wind this thing down?
A
Oh,
joke for you.
no.
Oh, no. I got a tractor one.
Oh, geez. All right, Harry John's got
family
one.
show.
Jimmy John's got one.
It's a good one. So, what'd the farmer say when he lost his tractor?
I don't know. What did the farmer say when he lost his tractor?
Where's my tractor?
That is excellent. That reminds me of the joke. How many boring people does it take to screw a light bulb? One.
Did you hear about the kidnapping at school?
No.
It's all right. He's okay. He woke up.
Oh.
I think I've heard that one 3 times now this
Kidnapping.
week.
He woke up.
Excellent. Hey, great chatting with you guys.
Thanks for
Yeah,
joining
you
us.
guys too. We'll
Yeah,
see you
take
later.
care.
See you later.
Yeah, bye now.
Oh, there's a lot of energy in that household.
Oh, there's a lot going on. That is excellent.
Did they say how much did that backpack weighed? Did we get a number on that?
I think she said 22
20?
pounds
Okay.
at one point.
Wow. Does Henry have back issues?
I don't know. I mean, he's carrying it up there quite a ways, higher than the rest of us
Yeah.
do too. So
Yeah, right. Well, we don't want to have a workman's comp case at church,
yeah, that's true.
right?
Yeah, he's got a lot going on there.
I'm gonna grab some Purell if you guys want to measure distance.
Oh, that's a good one.
right.
Although I gotta admit,
Yeah, you're close.
you're
Oh.
cringing in.
Sorry.
Between
All right, let's see what we
three-
got.
We got 3 each.
Yeah, I got about 3. Yeah, three from each of us.
Three.
I'm good
that's-
right here at
that's
6 feet.
6. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Good,
Three
good.
plus 3.
Yeah, we didn't actually talk to or come in contact with him personally, but maybe we ought to do a little online sanitizer
Yeah.
there, a little live stream.
Yeah. I think we got a little bit too close
That could be. That could be.
to the shankles.
Yes, yes. Oh boy.
Well, let's try next caller here.
Oh,
All right,
we're
we've
gonna-
got another caller lined up. What
We're
do we have,
gonna
Eric?
start with audio. It's Casey Dykstra.
Oh,
All right,
hey,
Casey.
Casey.
Casey, can you hear us?
I'm just connecting. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, well, wait a minute for Casey.
Is that Casey Kasem?
Yeah. Oh boy, there's a blast. Did you know that Casey Kasem was the voice of Shaggy in Scooby Doo?
You know what? Now that you say that, I did know that, Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
I heard that one time, and then when you listened to him on American Top 40 radio, and
Okay.
then switched to Shaggy, you could totally pick it
Yeah.
up. Casey, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hey, there you are. Hi,
Hey.
Casey.
How are you doing, Casey?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Hey,
We're doing well here. We're doing well.
Did you just
Good
get
to
home
see
from
ya.
work?
Good to see you guys.
Did you just get home from work?
Yes, I have.
Excellent, because you are an essential worker now, right?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. So, are you working extra or are you working standard hours right now?
We're actually, everybody's been cutting hours, so we're actually losing hours. So because what's happening right now, so
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So, how has your job changed with this right now?
we're feeding the patient still. It's like a hospital, so we're actually seeing the patient. So it's like we gotta work towards it. It's a little different than it used to be, but we made it work.
Okay.
Good.
Good for you.
Good for you. Well, thank you for doing what you do, man.
You're welcome.
That's quite a service you got going on there right now, especially given with everything that's going on.
Yeah. Are you still putting in a
Yes.
lot of miles walking, Casey?
I don't think he can. I don't think
No,
you can.
I'm not
Casey,
getting-
are you putting in a lot of miles walking these days?
Yes, I have been walking like I don't know how many miles every. Let's see here. Probably I've been walking a lot. I can't track how many miles.
Yep.
Okay.
Good. You're riding the bike too once in a while, or just walking?
Both.
Good.
Okay.
Good for you. It's good to get that exercise. Now, at least by working, you're getting that exercise in. Not teaching, I've had to actually take up exercise now,
Right.
which should be good for me come softball season, Casey.
Yes, if this happens, I don't know what's gonna happen this year because everything's all shut down, all the sports, everything's all shut down. So I don't know what's gonna happen
Yeah.
throughout the summer.
Yeah,
so
well, I haven't emailed the softball team, but I did hear. I did get an email from Byron Township, and the person there said They're still hoping to pull off a 10-week season with playoffs.
Okay.
They're gonna try to shift the whole thing back further. It's just going to depend on what happens here because they're actually the rec department is shut down right now too.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see how that shakes out. Hopefully, we get some ball in.
So what position do you play, Casey?
What
in
are they
softball?
thinking about? Wait, are they thinking about maybe in the July or August or what? What are they thinking
Yeah,
about?
I would think we'd. It's going to depend on what happens in the next couple of months here, but I would think we'll probably end up starting in end of June into July maybe, and run July August or run June July, something like that, right? The big tell is going to be what happens in probably the next 3 weeks here, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
So I want to run a test with you, Casey. I'm going to have Fred talking to a microphone. I want to see if you can hear him.
Yeah. Can you hear me now, Casey?
Okay.
Nope. I think
Oh.
for whatever reason, I think only one microphone is
Yep.
going through on the live stream call.
Steve, you are the interviewer for our Skype guests.
Got it. Excellent.
Which is the way it normally is anyway.
Well, that's how we work it. So, Casey, have you been watching the online church?
Yes, I have.
What have you-
I've
what
been
have you
getting
thought
all
about
the
it?
emails from church.
Sorry, say that again.
I have been watching all the emails. I've been getting all the emails from church, and I've been watching all the services online.
Good.
And it's been really good. Pastor Doug has been doing an excellent job, and you guys have been doing a good job.
Well, appreciate it. I mean, Pastor Doug's messages have been, I don't know, they've really hit me a little bit with a lot of this stuff we've got going on. I've really appreciated his, the words for us, the message for us that he's pulling out of the Bible.
Well, and then this past
I'm
Sunday.
gonna go like this.
All right. And then for this past Sunday to get back to somewhat of a regular service, not having to talk about COVID, right? That was different this week.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the first.
It was nice to get back on a Holy Week theme this week again too, which has been good, right?
Yep. So we're going to be able to
Yes.
listen to Monday, Thursday service tomorrow.
So you're looking forward to that one?
Yes, it's a little bit different. I'm not used to have church service on Thursday night. I'm used to have it like on Good Friday service.
Right. So let me
That's
ask
a
you
little
this,
different.
Casey. Do you are you still working on Sunday mornings once in a while or not?
Yes, every other Sunday.
Okay, so it's got to be nice to be able to still get home then and watch this service online, even though it's not at 9:30, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I have to admit, at the Lubbers household, we generally start the morning service at around 10 or 10:15. we tend to sleep a little bit, and then we get up and exercise and get the kids going. It's usually about a 10 or 10:15 service at the Lubbers house. How about for you, Casey? When do you watch it usually?
I usually watch it like after I get out of work, and then I usually watch it when you guys stream it on live.
Got it. Got it. So you watch it in the morning there. If you're home,
Correct.
you watch it.
Correct.
Good. And there's something special about that. So it sounds like we're going to have communion on Thursday night. I have to admit, I was very excited about that when I heard we were going to do that, because to me, on Holy Week here, when we're celebrating the Passover, and we're talking about, I mean, when you think about Jesus splitting this bread without yeast, without sin, this to me has always been one of the most special times when we do communion. And I was very excited. I can almost get a little emotional talking about it. I was very excited to hear that we're going to do it at home. It's not the same being together, but I'm glad we're still doing it. Do you think about that
It's
at
a lot
all?
different. Yeah, it's a lot different
It is.
than doing that at home.
It is. It is different, but I'm glad we're still doing the same thing together. And I think the Lubbers family tomorrow night we will be right on time with this one, being in the evening.
Right, the evening help. No, We appreciate you having on tonight, Casey. We appreciate you having with us.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Excellent. All right, man. We'll talk to you later. All right. Do you have any questions for us or anything you want to add?
I'm just saying to you guys doing an awesome job, great job. Keep up the good work.
Well, great.
Thanks,
you know,
Casey.
the whole point of what we're doing is just trying to give us Covenant Church people a little bit of that post-church stand in the narthex, have some coffee, and catch up with people time that we don't get on Sunday anymore. So we're trying to do it on a Wednesday night.
I'll have to have some coffee here next week.
Yeah, that'd be good. We have some coffee here next week, maybe.
Coffee and Puro.
Coffee, there you go. A great church combination.
Thanks,
All right, Casey. Hey, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for calling in.
All right.
All right. See ya.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, it sure is good to hear from Casey.
Yeah, it is. Yep. He's on top of things, isn't he? He's always aware of what's going on. He's very, very familiar with what's going on in the community.
Oh, yeah.
And day-to-day operations, he's on top of it.
Absolutely. And being one of those essential workers, I mean, what a blessing to everyone at Pine Rest he is, right? I mean, going in there, doing the job, you know, and I can understand how some people, if they're a little bit nervous about that kind of thing, it'd make you nervous being an essential worker. You know, one thing I've noticed I've started doing more is even when I go to when I go to Menards or when I go to a takeout place or when I see the Amazon van come down, I always tell them thanks for being here. Thanks for doing this, because for some of them, I'm sure it's a tough thing to want to be there, right?
And you do see a lot more of those Amazon trucks around, don't you?
Yeah, you do. There's a lot of them. Yeah, every day they're up and down our street here.
I saw one in Dutton today, and the whole front windshield area, you know, in front of the steering wheel, was all full of packages and letters and stuff like that.
Oh
my! In the front
goodness.
window.
Wow, they must have been loaded up there.
Loaded for bear.
Yeah, for sure. Hokey smokes! All right, do we have the Trifons there? I think, correct?
Yep.
Oh.
If you want to shoot your video on,
you want to try video once, and let's how it goes for a little bit, and if it goes bad, we'll kill it.
Is that better?
That looks great. There's Scott, Amy, and there's my Haley.
Hi, Haley.
Hey.
Probably can't hear me. Can you hear me, Haley?
Oh, that's right. We can't hear Fred. Here.
We got to get a little bit closer. Hi, Trifons. How are you?
How you doing, Fred?
I'm just going to give a special hello to Haley because I miss seeing you every day.
Hi.
How's it going for you, Haley? How's this at-home business treating you?
It's pretty good. It's boring at sometimes.
Yep, I get it. I've actually been able to see you a couple times because we've live streamed twice now? Yeah, the first 2 weeks we've done it. We'll get that on next week too. Very cool. So, how do things look different for you guys at the Trifon household?
I'm bored out of my mind. Our dog runs into everything.
Can you turn them up just a little bit? Say that again, Haley.
Our dog runs into everything.
Oh yeah, the dogs. I think this is like the greatest thing that ever happened for dogs.
Are you serious?
Oh man, our dog. For that first week, I think our dog was tired because a lot of we leave for hours during the day, and the dog goes into the kennel, and now all of a sudden we're home all the time. I don't think the dog knew what to do.
With our dog, it's I will say a little bit different situation. I don't know. Our dog is down to one eye. Like about a year ago, he had one of his eyes removed. And his remaining eye, he really doesn't have much vision left in it. So he is literally bumping into everything.
Oh boy.
Wow. Does he have some type of condition or?
The first eye was glaucoma. The second eye is glaucoma, but his eyelashes grow inward toward his eye and scratch his eyeball.
Oh,
So-
got it.
Between the glaucoma and the ulcers forming on his eye, he doesn't have much of a chance.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah, how old? What's his name again?
It's Remy, and he's supposed to be 10 this summer.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's a lab, right?
Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I try to remember. I was over there, well, a while back here, cutting on a tree
Yeah,
and
it's-
saw him.
Which one?
Which tree?
There have been a couple of trees.
Were they as big as the one at church?
No, thankfully,
No,
we've
not
never had to
quite that
take down
big.
a tree as big as the one at church.
Yeah.
Everything else has been near home, so
Wow.
I wouldn't even want to think about that if it was by a house.
That's amazing now to go by church and see there's no trees.
It's crazy. I kind of hope we do something in that middle there
Yeah.
because it looks like Joel Clausen said to me one time. It kind of looks like a Walmart parking lot now.
So is that tree completely gone now? I haven't seen it.
Yes. Yes, it's
Okay.
all the way gone.
Yep, there's just the stump remains right now.
And I want to know, that fire that you started this morning, is that using the church tree?
No, that was actually using some wood I had here.
Gotcha. Well, we have actually a couple of stumps with the branches attached, so I really want to try it when I go to make my s'mores tonight.
Well, there's a little trick involved with that one.
Yeah, what did you have loaded in that stump?
Uh-huh.
I had some gasoline loaded in there. I actually drilled a hole middle out of the stump, ran a line in from the side, put some gas in there, plugged the hole, and put other branches in.
Oh,
It's all about the showmanship.
Yeah.
well, it
thought
worked.
I thought it looked too good because the hole looked too round. Like, yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it was
that
it
was-
was fun watching some of the comments, and especially people who, I mean, understandably, I played it up like it was all legit. Say, I've heard of that before. Can you explain the science? And it's like, well,
Right.
the
Not
science-
really.
For those of you that that don't know what we're talking about, I actually I've been putting out on Facebook a series of amateur survivalist videos, which have been. The
big
goal
hit.
is to be kind of funny and kind of, you know, a
Lighthearted.
lighthearted take on some of this stuff. So I loaded a log with gasoline and had a hole in it so I could pour it out over the fire. And yeah,
Why didn't the first two work? The holes.
because the first two were just setting up for the third one that would work.
Got it.
Practice.
Exactly. If you pull the first one out, everyone knows that you set something up. If you set the first two as dummies, they're like, well, he just had two that didn't work. And then the third one works.
You're a regular PT Barnum.
Well, what was that phrase he had? There's a, never mind.
We'll call him Clay Barnum.
Yeah.
Right.
Clay
Someone born every minute.
Clay Barnum.
Scott, so you're working from home these days, right?
I am.
How's that going?
I still try to get up at about the same time every morning and do my regular routine. I take a shower and get dressed as if I'm going to work, everything but putting on an actual work shirt. And I got an office set up in the basement, and I park myself down there from 8 to 5 and pretty much only come up for my regular break times as I would have if I was working in the office.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the biggest difference for me, honestly, has been what I'm working on now. And I do mostly, or I do HR at my job. And so a lot of what I've been doing lately is dealing with COVID-19 and how do we deal with that as a company. So
Oh, I'm sure a lot of the government programs that are rolling out. And so are you guys deemed essential over there?
we are, yes. Yeah, we do refrigeration units on semi-trailers. So we are carrying food and food products to grocery stores and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna
we're
need that.
pretty much working full time.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Got it. So you aren't handling this toilet paper fiasco then?
No, we got nothing to do with the dry goods. No.
Okay, it's good.
Good.
Because I keep looking for somebody to blame other than my neighbor who's got like 1,000 rolls of toilet paper that'll last him
Really?
until.
Wow. And I hear the lines are still long at Costco. I hear getting in line. You got to get out in line outside in the parking lot.
Really?
Get carts and get in line. That's what I've heard.
Wow. I think I got out of there just in time then. I hit it the first week and scored some essential items like brisket and Oberon.
Give me the brisket.
Yep. Sadly, it's gone now. So have you guys been worshiping at church with the service?
Scott and I have been doing Covenant right on time at 9:30, and then right after that, we usually head over to Vineyard Cincinnati,
Oh,
and we wake the kids up for that one.
okay.
Got it.
Interesting.
Got it. Yeah, that's fascinating. I don't know how it goes in your home, but both of our kids are pretty good at sleeping in, and Jackie and I have now shifted to where the time that we are alone together is now in the morning when we get up instead of the evening. Because
I'm still up every morning, pretty much normal time, unless the dog decides he's ready at 3 or 4, which has been pretty regular. The kids have been noonish just about every day.
It is
normally
amazing their
11
ability to sleep.
You know what? I figure at this point, even unless they have a video class to get up for, they're still getting their homework done.
Yep.
Yep.
I agree with you.
And you know what? Did you not preach that teenagers as growing children need a certain number of hours?
You
That's
are
right.
absolutely correct.
Well,
In
yeah,
fact,
but then you got to balance
adolescents
how
need
late you stay up,
more
how
sleep
late
than
you
elementary
get up.
students do.
Correct.
This is science.
By Pastor
Right?
Clay.
So I figured just let them go.
Yep.
I'm kind of sleep in the same hours that I normally do during school because I go to bed earlier and I wake up earlier. And now I go to bed later and wake up later.
There
Yep.
you go. Yep.
We've shifted to our natural circadian rhythms a little more. I gotta admit, every day I sleep in about an hour longer than I used to.
Okay.
I'm usually up at about 6:30, and now I'm up at about 7:30.
And you're staying up an hour later too?
Yeah, I'm probably actually getting the correct amount of sleep these days. I'm staying up till about 11 or so, but I'm probably getting a solid 8 now.
All right. Good.
No, I'm still pretty much running I'm in bed at least 1 hour before the rest of my family, if not more.
Okay.
But I'm usually one of the first ones up in the morning.
I'm in my room. I'm just not asleep.
Yep. Yeah, that's Jackie. Jackie is our early to bed, early to rise usually. But I would have to say one benefit of this thing is my alarm clock hasn't gone off
Nope.
for a long time.
No. It is beautiful waking up when your body says, I'm ready.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But
You know,
you're
it's
never
going to be
really
interesting to
ready.
see how this shifts in the future. How this plays out with meetings, how this plays out with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Amy, so you're an aide at Byron. Have you been talking to students at all? I don't know what it looks like on your end.
Last week actually was the first time I met up with one of the kindergarten classes that I work in.
Yep.
There's show and tell.
We had show and tell over Zoom.
Yes, that
It
is
was
excellent.
fabulous. I miss those kids so much, Clay. Like the high fives and the, hey, it's a wonderful Wednesday today. And just the smiles that they have. Yeah, those kindergartners, they've got my heart.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I shed quite a few tears last week when Whitmer announced that school was going to be done for the year.
I was not happy.
It's still a bit of a sore spot in my heart.
Yeah. Next week when we go back to school, because of the job that I have, usually working one-on-one with a kindergartner, because of the student that I have, it is not an option to do anything online.
Yep.
So I am actually being transferred up to the middle school, and I will be working with a middle schooler every day.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm sure we'll be in touch a little bit more.
I'm gonna have some technology questions because this right here, as the Skype, that's pretty much my limit.
Well, excellent. You keep them rolling. That's part of my job at Byron, working out the technology stuff.
Well, I still have Gabe's Chromebook, so I'm planning on popping that one open.
Good. And how's Gabe doing?
Same spot he usually is. He's in the back playing his
PS4, nothing.
PS4.
He's
Yep,
doing
with
nothing.
with his friends.
Oh, that's if it weren't for the fact that we're live streaming from my house, Christian would be on the Xbox right now doing some gaming thing.
No, he gets up, he goes to the couch, and pretty much PS4 with friends all day or watches videos, comes out for food, goes back in. He did clean his room one day.
Ah, good.
So
Good to hear. Yeah, these are tough times. You know, it's tricky to figure out what the new normal is right now.
Oh yeah.
And Scott and I were talking too, you know, this is our new normal, and, you know, we might finally be getting into the swing of it. When we come out of this, though, we are going to have to develop another new normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
Mr. Lovers, it's like that riding the bicycle, like Twisted video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think of that, Haley?
It was cool. I liked how like it took him so long to figure out the new bicycle, and then he could just like do it pretty much right away when he went back to the old one.
Yeah, what Haley's talking about in science class, we're studying the nervous system right now in the brain. And there was a guy had a bicycle built that had a set of gears connecting the steering to the front wheel instead of a direct connection. So when you turned the handlebars, the front wheel went the other way.
Okay.
Oh.
And what was interesting, the whole thing was about neuroplasticity and the pathway that you have in your brain for how to ride a bicycle, and how difficult it is to actually overcome that. Even though you can rationally think, I have to do the opposite, your
Right.
body cannot do it. He would oftentimes offer people, I think it was like $100 if they could ride 15 feet across the stage and no one could get anywhere. And he worked and worked and worked and worked and worked and practiced and finally was able to ride this thing. And then the first time he got back on a regular bike, he couldn't ride it at first. Yeah. But then all of a sudden it was like the switch flipped, his brain jumped back to the old neural pathway of how to ride a bike, and he could ride the bike correctly again.
Yeah, and now like his son can easily ride the other bike, and
because he's practiced so much.
Yeah, I actually emailed him with a question a couple years ago and said, well, are you practicing riding both bicycles? Because if you develop that pathway, you should be able to get on either bike and ride either one if you practice enough. But I never heard back. I'm not a big enough fish.
All right.
Hey, good
Sounds
chatting with you. You guys have any questions or anything you'd want to bring up?
I got chased by a dog.
Yeah, can Haley tell you her abbreviated dog story?
Yes, let's hear about the
Okay,
dog story.
I tried to tell one of this story once, and it took like 7 minutes. So
We're gonna try and abbreviate.
okay, so I was like, so I normally go on a morning run like up and down my sidewalk by my house, but this time it was like a week ago, I think. I decided I was gonna run around the block and not just go up and down the sidewalk. So I ran around the block, and I was at like the farthest point away that I could be from my house. And so there was this dog sitting in the driveway, and I started looking at it. So I was like really tired because I just ran all the way like around the block. And so I was really tired. So I was walking, and I wasn't planning on running again for a while. But so there was this dog in the driveway, and its owners were in the garage. And so the dog was like staring the dog was like staring at me. So I was like looking back at the dog, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, oh man, if this comes at me. Oh, it did. So then the dog came like running at me, and it like ran into my leg, and then it ran around me and like tripped me. So I fell into like this pile of bricks. And I have a picture of
Needless to say.
Yeah, so
You're gonna
try and show them.
She's gonna try and show it right in front of the camera.
So that's the
Oh.
top
Oh,
on
man.
my
Wow.
stomach. That one's my elbow, and those are my hands.
Wow.
So this dog's whole plan was not to attack you with jaws, but to trip
apparently.
you up into a pile of bricks.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Smart,
This sounds like Roadrunner and the Coyote thing going on here.
smart dog.
Only Haley.
Oh, and then also I rearranged my entire room.
Nice. Shifted
In
it
like
all
a day.
around?
What?
Shifted it all around?
Yeah, I like moved my bed, my dresser, my bookshelf, my punching bag, everything.
Nice. So how many cycles of this do you think you're going to go through before the end of the year?
Probably a lot. It's gonna be totally different.
Hey guys, she has a triple bunk bed. It's not something that's easy to move.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
she
I
did
can
it
see
by
that would be
herself.
tricky.
And she moved it herself.
oh, man.
Wow, that is dedication to the cause right there.
Oh, there's
Impressive.
Gabe. Oh,
Anyway.
there's Gabe.
We just
All
saw
right.
Gabe.
Hey, thanks guys.
All right.
Hey, you betcha.
Good.
See you later.
Thanks
See
a
ya.
lot.
Bye.
Well, that's
Gabe,
quite a.
Gabe didn't want anything to do with that.
Nope. That is quite a dog story then. Getting tripped up by
Yeah.
a dog and not attacked by a dog.
Did we hear what kind of dog it was? I don't think so, did we?
No, we didn't. I'm assuming it was maybe a short dog that would trip you up well. Oh man, we used to have a neighbor dog way out in the country. Our neighbor dog was an old farm dog, and every time we rode our bikes down there, that thing would chase us, and he would go at us. And every time he went by with a car, that thing would go at us. So one time, my brother and I went past this thing. We had an old station wagon, with a reader-facing back seat where you could put that back window down.
Yep.
So we put that back window down. My brother Matt was driving, and I sat back there with a broom. And as soon as that dog came out chasing the car, I swung that broom and spun him right off into the ditch. It was a broom. It wasn't a bat. It wasn't intended
All
to
right.
to physically injure
just
the
tripped
dog.
him up.
We were intending to trip the dog up, teach him a little lesson, and it made a difference. The dog slowed down on chasing us for a little bit there.
What is our broadcast engineer doing?
I'm
joining the stream.
excellent.
Oh, all right.
Yes. Welcome. Way to get through us right there.
Thank you. It's not easy.
No, hey, nice work tonight.
Yeah.
We had a couple of difficulties there that we worked our way through.
Oh,
we
you're
got
6
6 feet.
and a half feet.
Oh,
Way out there.
oh yeah.
Oh, sure. We still.
Yeah,
Whoop, there
I'll
goes
just
my
lean
hand.
back.
Still stiff.
Yep.
There we go.
So I put out there any Q&As they have for any of us, and
Oh, all right.
Do we have any questions coming in?
nothing yet. But I'll look at what came through earlier.
Will I be able to speak into this mic and
Oh,
people
yeah.
hear me?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Mary Leap said earlier, Clay, wondering what that round thing is on your ceiling.
That is it's a card table. I get together with a bunch of guys from church, bunch of guys from motorcycling, softball, a few guys. We get together and play cards once in a while. And that is where the card table is stored. It gets up there. You can see the whole thing. It's loose up there, but that's where we store the
It just
card
drops
table.
down.
Yep, we pull this 2x4 slides out, and then it sits on a couple of sawhorses.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, we built that. Let me see here, 2/15 of 03. So that makes this thing just what
17.
17 years old,
Wow.
old enough to drive. Yep.
Does that answer your question, Mary?
That was about 40 minutes ago. So.
Yeah, that was a while.
All
Hopefully
right.
the Leaps are still listening.
Are still awake?
Yeah. We're not putting them to sleep yet with our little our conversation.
Oh man, we're a little over an hour
here.
already.
We are.
We had a little technical glitch at the beginning, so
Yeah, that's true.
you know.
That took a little bit.
And there's still 26 people on the stream.
Yeah,
so.
too many
We're not losing
people
them
are
yet.
watching us.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Our audience is getting too big.
Yeah, slowing us up. That's not it, actually, though. It's it was. I think we're figuring out this.
I think it's your neighborhood that slowed us down tonight.
I wonder.
That maybe people got done watching their show at a certain time.
Yep.
Seemed like once we hit past 8 o'clock, it was working fine.
You're gonna have to have a talk with your neighbors, Clay.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll have to go around and in the dead of night and cut a couple of cables here and there.
I said talk to your neighbors.
All right, we'll have a conversation first.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
It sounded like John Quaco was pretty surprised that Haley had a punching bag.
Yes, I have to be honest. When I live streamed with Haley, last week I think, she was in her bedroom and I saw the punching bag. And Haley has a punching bag in her room, and not like a little one. I'm talking about the
Full size.
full size
All right.
big bag you'd go at. It's very, very impressive.
So you think John's still around? Does he have any other updated new questions for us?
No?
Nope.
I'm not sure if you want to read this one. Caleb Agar just told me to ask what Jason's question was earlier. I don't know if you want to look that up. You can go crazy on that one.
I can. I don't know what that.
Yeah, we should have. Are we gonna have
right
the
here.
Agars on next week?
Let me get a look.
I put Purell on, so we're
Yeah,
good. We're trading phones, but we're good.
KY jelly. That was the question. What KY jelly is? KY jelly is a very slippery lubricant that doctors use once in a while for different things. Other people use KY jelly for other things, but it's a very slippery, water-based, clear fluid. It looks exactly like hand sanitizer, but instead of being a sanitizing agent, it's designed to be very slippery and slick. And there's a teacher answer for you, my friend.
Henry Schenkel has a question that just rolled in. Clay, what are some of the things that you had to get rid of during the latest purge?
So far it's been a pair of shoes. Let me think here. Well, it's only been a pair of shoes so far, but right now, every time we drive past a home that has a dumpster, Jackie's comment is, "Oh, there's a dumpster at a house. Maybe we could get a dumpster for some of your stuff." And I start sweating. I get nervous because I'll tell you, I have my stuff for a reason.
Now, why would you have to get rid of a pair of shoes, Clay? Right?
That's the thing.
They must have some good life in them, yeah?
Well, I thought they did, but sometimes my wife and I have different opinions on what is still useful. You know, I have an older pair of shorts that has gone by a couple of different nicknames now that very broken in and comfortable. It had a couple of holes and spots that it was time for them to go.
Okay.
So
Yep, that makes sense.
yeah.
Fred, have you purged anything?
Purged? You know what? I don't have a lot of things to purge.
I bet Donna keeps the Bergman household pretty lean.
Very, very clean.
Yep.
She doesn't use Purell a lot, but I'm very, very pleased to say my wife is a very tidy homemaker.
Yes. My wife is tidy too. I just am not so much, and that's where the purge comes in once in a while.
I'm pretty tidy, but I'm a simple man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a simple man. I don't have a lot of extras.
Yep. I tend to be like Pastor Henry. I tend to be a collector of stuff. I think, ooh, that would be useful. Ooh, that would be useful.
Yeah.
Boy, about a month and a half ago, I stopped alongside the highway and picked up 15 bungees in a quarter mile walking. So
I'm just not as creative as you are, Clay.
Yeah,
that's really what it gets down to. I'm not as creative as you.
You know, if I'm driving and I see something alongside the road, I think to myself, boy, the next time I run this road, I got to slow down and stop and pick that up.
Yeah.
So.
How about you, Eric? I mean, you just finished your man cave. Maybe you should show some pictures of your man cave next
Maybe
week.
we'll do it at my house next week just because of the connection might be better. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we could try it.
Yep.
We could try it from Eric's man cave.
Recently did a project and hired this sketchy company, Clausen Construction.
Yeah.
Clausen Construction.
They're okay. They did a decent
pulled
job.
it off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were supposed to be a sponsor tonight, but they don't have a sign, so I don't know how legit of a company they are.
Well, you know, you don't have to have a pre-made sign. You can make a Covenant Wednesday night chat type sign.
Yep. But so I got a bunch of stuff downstairs still that I have to slowly just toss out in the trash. You only have a certain amount of trash space, so I did rent a dumpster when I initially ripped everything out, filled it right to the brim. Found some other stuff to put in it too. So, yeah.
And did your neighbors use it as well?
No, they actually asked me, though, how much it costs because they were interested in doing the same.
Oh, okay.
So,
excellent.
A whole lot of purging going on.
See, let me give you a perfect example of an item that Jackie would have purged. You want to stand up and show that chair you're sitting in? This is actually an automobile seat. The land we hunt, where we hunt, somebody looks like they got a derby car ready. They dumped out all the car seats and rims and a whole pile of stuff sitting there. So I saw the car seat and it looked like in good shape.
Yeah,
and I
it's in
thought,
good
you know
shape.
what? I can make a chair out of that.
There,
So
you better use a little bit of that, though, Clay.
yeah, I use a lot of that.
You might need a new caster here, though.
Yeah, my the casters are pretty rough on that
Yeah.
thing. I should invest in a new, maybe a rebuild.
Maybe you can find one on the side of the road.
I'll have to keep my eyes open. You never know what you can find on the side of the road.
Maybe that could be a series down the road, like what does Clay find on the side of the road, and we'll do a lot. You know,
We could. There's a few items.
I'm sure over the winter everything's building up, and
Oh yeah. In fact,
like-
one of them will probably be going to Build a Good pretty quick. I picked up a year and a half ago. I picked up, on a trailer. Sometimes somebody will have a box mounted on the front of a trailer.
Yep.
yep,
I picked one of those up on the side of the road.
nice.
So
We're going to call it lubbers pickers.
yeah, exactly. And I threw it up in my garage rafters. It's
Yep.
been sitting there, and I was chatting with Bill one day, and I said, "Man, I think I have a box for you." So he's going to work that out. So see, these things, they all come around.
Yeah.
Well, we got some stuff to work on for next week anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Julie DeVisser says, Jackie, how do you feel about this series idea? The new one. They can discuss that later.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Julie, did you hear our shout out earlier?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It might have been
Jackie-
breaking up though when
What's
we.
that?
It might have been breaking up when we.
Oh yeah, we had to.
Talk about
We
her.
actually got our first piece of fan mail this
Yeah.
week from
Right, from Julie.
From Julie, saying that she enjoyed it. So that was really cool.
Yeah, thank you, Julie.
Yeah, it was really. I'm not gonna lie, it was really cool to get that
Yeah, it
because
was.
I mean, this is what we're trying to do is just create a good chat.
Atmosphere.
Exactly.
Yeah. So send us your fan mail or send us just random stuff,
There you
and we'll
go.
review it
Yep.
on camera.
Yeah, exactly. You can send us anything.
And,
Well,
and you won't be on spring break next week, will you?
no, I'll be back at it. I will have knocked out a whole series of lessons by
Wow.
the time we're here
Good
next
for you.
week.
All right.
Yep, starting this spring break.
Jen Quakel says she would watch that series, so
Hmm.
we may have some support there.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I'd imagine that John may have some similar
Yeah.
habits.
We could maybe get sponsorship from Voss Glass, maybe,
Yep,
or
there you go.
or Metro Hospital.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
I think Jackie would probably tell you that she could put together a 8-show series throwing away all my stuff.
It could last a whole season.
Exactly. It probably could. The only
first
problem would happen then is 2 weeks later I'd say, "Hey, where's this whatever? I had it sitting right here. Oh, that got purged." Oh.
Hey, how'd your marshmallows turn out last week?
Ooh, you want to try a marshmallow?
Oh yeah, they weren't fully cooked or
Yeah,
dehydrated
week
last time.
I
You have to wait until you get back on. Maybe we should give you the lapel mic next week so you can walk around.
Oh yeah. So my grand experiment last week was throwing some marshmallows in the dehydrator to see how they turned out.
Oh, I heard a crunch.
They crunch, and they actually pulled in a little moisture now. The dehydrator, but the initial bite is
Oh,
it's a crunch.
here, let's get it up to the mic here.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Try to think what.
it's almost like Lucky Charms, like
Yeah,
those,
there you go.
those marshmallows.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
they've clearly absorbed a little moisture sitting in here now
Wow.
because I shut the dehydrator off last week.
So were those the big full-size
no,
marshmallows
these
to
are
start?
miniature marshmallows.
Oh, all right.
Yep.
They didn't shrink.
No.
It's not like beef jerky. It's not marshmallow jerky.
No, I don't even know. Dehydrated marshmallows, I guess you'd call them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I initially had them, they weren't that great, but they're kind of growing on me.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll take another one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a big one.
That was a big crunch.
You guys hear that one on,
Good
on
idea.
camera?
Lucky Charms.
So
Yeah.
Julie DeVisser is that's her ministry right now, is sending out cards.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I think she should be on our stream next week if we can get it going.
That would
Yeah.
be
We need to hear more
fantastic.
about this ministry.
I love to hear about that because
Oh,
that
yeah.
is fantastic. It's, getting a card from her, getting a phone call from George.
Yeah.
Some of the people that just, from church that are just
Yeah.
taking on some of this stuff.
Well, I know that actually George got a card from your son last week.
He did.
Yeah.
Yep. Christian,
Yeah. That was cool.
last week we sat and wrote cards and Christian sent a card to George.
They're addicting now.
I know, that's the thing, right? At first I wasn't super impressed, but
Julie also says you got to do it with full-size marshmallows next time.
Ooh.
And then Jen says you got to do it with fruity marshmallows.
Okay.
Ooh, fruity marshmallows.
Get some flavor.
That's actually a great idea.
Okay.
You know, when we went to the store and got these, it was the last bag of miniature marshmallows.
They were all
Everybody must have been doing s'mores. All the big ones were gone too. It was like marshmallows and toilet paper.
It's amazing how
Of
much.
course, I suppose if you had a big enough marshmallow, you could use it for toilet paper.
You
My wife
wouldn't
said-
want it sticky at all.
No.
My wife said the minute rice has been gone now for weeks too. Everybody's having minute rice.
Well, not gonna lie, Maggie and I have been in charge of supper here for the last 2 nights. Rice-a-roni and minute rice
There
for
you
the
go.
sides.
All right.
So
Yeah.
we were part of the problem with
I
that.
finally ran out of my spaghetti noodles.
Oh, did ya?
Yep.
You got any minute rice that we could buy from you, Clay?
We used our last box tonight.
Really?
So if the minute rice is gone, I don't even know what we're gonna have. We'll have meat. I don't know what we're gonna have. I don't need anything with meat, but
Did they have Costco rice, minute rice at Costco? Probably not.
I don't know. I
Probably,
haven't been there in about 2 weeks.
Probably a huge trash bag full size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100 pounds.
They have minute rice, but you have to buy it in the 100-pound sack.
Might be good.
What if we dehydrated a full like s'more, everything, and then ate it?
Ooh, that would be interesting.
I mean, graham crackers
With-
are already dry, but
Like
the chocolate.
with the chocolate in it?
I don't know what would happen. Oh, the only thing is,
Not
in the
tall enough.
dehydrator, it kicks the temperature up just a little bit.
Melt it.
Hate to have that chocolate melt in that thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to give that a try. Put some wax paper underneath it in case it went bad. All right.
Last minute for some questions, anyone? It's gonna take a little bit for them to hear
How
that.
many
but-
people we have on yet?
22.
No way.
We were at like 26 for a long time.
22?
So
Nice.
yeah,
Wow.
I'm glad people are enjoying it.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what else are you gonna do when you're stuck at home?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You can only make so many puzzles, right?
Yeah, and by week 3, everybody's binged most of the shows they're interested in.
I saw someone by my neighborhood. They put out a little card table with like 10 puzzles that you can just grab,
Oh, that's a great
and
idea.
they said like free on them. So I bet some people even put some on there to, share the love
yeah,
too.
That's a great idea.
I know
Trade the
that.
puzzles just to trade them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my wife and your mom
Okay.
traded puzzles.
Yep.
And my daughter Lauren.
Yep.
Made the balloon puzzle.
Nice.
So if
oh
your-
yeah, I
if your
heard.
mom's
yeah, I
listening-
saw that one. The hot air balloon one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
If
tricky.
we want any more, I'm gonna put the.
Yeah, sure.
That was some of the most unusual shapes in a puzzle
Oh.
that I've ever seen.
I got chipped a tooth on that one.
Hey, watch out! The dentist. Not too many of the dentists are open right now.
Amy Trifon says, like Julie, I've been going through stamps. I've been drawing pictures for kids and sending them out.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, that's great. And the other thing that we shouldn't forget too is some of the more elderly, some of the senior saints, some of the more mature people in church, too. They can use some calls.
Oh yeah, especially those like who are stuck in Joe and Corey, right?
Yeah,
in
we talked
a
to Joe.
room.
Yep. Yeah, I talked to them this morning, and yeah, they are stuck in their room for the most part.
Oh, that's
really,
brutal.
really difficult.
Yeah. I mean, at least most of us can get out and,
Yep.
and we can run an errand or we can go walk outside or
Yep.
go to a different room in our home.
my mom just texted me they just finished your puzzles that you gave them.
Oh, really? All of them?
Yep.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we got one from somebody that one of the pieces was missing.
Ooh,
That's the
What?
ultimate troll move.
That wasn't
It
that
is.
wasn't from
Yep.
that wasn't from your mom, but we did get one. A piece was missing, and
Yeah.
it was a corner piece too.
Oh,
Oh,
it
that's
was
the
it was
worst.
an Audi.
Yep.
yeah. One of my coworkers, she spent a bunch of time working on the puzzle and could not find the last piece, only to realize she was sitting on it.
Oh,
That's the worst.
well, at least
Thought
she
she
had.
got ripped off with a puzzle and looked all over the place and finally stood up and there it was
Yeah.
in her seat.
Yep.
So, all right, well, fellas, shall we?
Yeah, it's getting. Well,
Call
I
it
would
a
say it's
night?
not getting to be bedtime, but
Yep.
it's
I mean, if we had more questions, I'd keep going, but I'd say
okay.
might be
Good.
drying up a little bit. Oh, we're back to 25 viewers though.
Oh, nice.
So
Well,
yeah,
good to hear.
we better get off before Pastor Henry shoots us with another
Yeah.
dad joke.
Oh yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining us.
Thanks a lot for
Yep.
joining us tonight. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, send in your fan mail.
Yep, there you
Or
go.
random stuff for us to review.
Keep those letters and questions coming.
All right.
There you go.
Take
Cover
care.
up as you,
Yep.
Yep.
as
Thanks,
you walk
Clay.
by.
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, this is a great time
Yeah.
again tonight.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. It's
You
good.
bet.
All right, have a good night, folks. We'll see you next week. Same bat time.
Might be a
same
different bat
channel.
Might be a different bat place.
Oh, that could be.
All right. And